We saw the Teamsters Union President Sean O'Brien meet with Trump at Mar-a-Lago earlier this month. He's having a roundtable with him this week. I know President Biden's also been invited as well. Do you anticipate that this other union will go a different direction and choose Mr. Trump?
I can't fathom any union would support Donald Trump for president. Let's be real and let's look at facts.
While Donald Trump attempts to court the Teamsters, he's also been raging against the head of the United Auto Workers, Shawn Fain, who announced the union's endorsement of Joe Biden over Donald Trump last week. Now, Trump wrote on Monday, Shawn Fain is a weapon of mass destruction on auto workers and the automobile manufacturing industry in the United States. I should be clear that Shawn Fain secured some major wins for United Auto Workers, increased their salaries, did away with the two-tiered system in which newer employees were paid far less than older employees. Just all sorts of things that the workers wanted, Shawn Fain actually fought for and secured. So big ups to Shawn Fain. He's not a wallflower when it comes to his leadership role. But nonetheless, let me give you more of what Trump had to say here. Is he under contract? Is he under contract to China because they will be getting almost all of our car making business within a very short period of time? All auto workers should vote for Trump, make America great again. He also posted on the following Sunday, I had the great privilege of watching Shawn Fain, the president of the United Auto Workers, this morning on Deface the Nation. Which I actually kind of like that, it's kind of funny.
That's so stupid.
He is a real stiff who is selling the automobile industry right into the big powerful hands of China. Big powerful hands.
Powerful hands.
Get rid of this dope and vote for Donald J. Trump. I will bring the automobile industry back to our country. But during an appearance on Face the Nation, Shawn Fain basically shredded Donald Trump's history of opposing workers and more specifically, Fain's own union. Let's watch.
Donald Trump has a history of serving himself and standing for the billionaire class, and that's contrary to everything that working class people stand for. Donald Trump, in his own words, when he had his reality TV show, The Apprentice, and when he was president, when he was in the White House, he had two favorite words: "You're fired." And he cycled through White House staff like toilet paper. And when he was in 2008, we were in a recession. Donald Trump blamed the workers for what was wrong with the big three. Joe Biden bet on the American worker. You go to 2015, Donald Trump talked about doing a rotation of our good paying jobs in the Midwest, somewhere where they pay less, driving a race to the bottom, wanting us to beg for our jobs back at lower pay. He didn't support when Lordstown Assembly, when he was president, when Lordstown Assembly plant was slated for closure, he told people, don't sell your houses. What did he do? Nothing. When GM went on strike in 2019, what did he do to support the striking workers? What did he say? Not a word.
And remember, Shawn Fain managed to secure big wins for workers, who fall under the umbrella of United Auto Workers. And so he has the credibility, John, to call Trump out on his anti-labor policies. And I love that he's using these opportunities where Trump is attacking him to lay out all the reasons why Trump is not friendly to labor.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's honestly a really smart way of doing away with a powerful message that Trump likes to use on the campaign, which is, this populist economic message that doesn't really bear out when you look at his leadership.
Yeah, there's no populist economics. Look, populist is a word that I don't like because it means so many different things. And you could have a populist right-wing party that actually cares about workers. You could have that. You don't have that. You have a populist right-wing party that cares about appealing to racist predispositions. It's that sort of stuff. It's messaging stuff. It's culture war stuff. To the extent that they care about workers or jobs, it's stopping immigrants from having jobs so you can have a job that pays virtually nothing with no benefits and you'll never go anywhere in life. That's it. Beyond that, they don't care. It's similar to their view on life. They want the child to be born and then you're on your own. It's like that way with jobs. They could actually advocate for workers. They have 1,000 opportunities to do that on a daily basis, but both their politicians and their media refuse to do that. They're very clear. Fox loves demonizing unions constantly, and it's been very successful in getting the very people, their viewers, who would benefit from union representation to oppose the prime vehicle for improving their pay and benefits. I don't know why it works on their viewers, but it's been very successful. And Trump, he doesn't give a damn about the workers. He could have supported them in this case. He could do that. He chooses not to.
Well, I think it works for their viewers because most of their viewers are retired. Like you look at the main demographics who watch Fox News, and they're on average in their 70s. So I don't think they're as worried about organizing their workplace or ensuring that there are certain worker protections protecting them in the workplace. But the other thing I'll say is, look, I don't think that this type of policy-oriented discussion, the one that we're having right now, is something that you're going to see in most media coverage. I can't think of any other mainstream media outlet that's covering, efforts to unionize, efforts to organize the workplace, potential strikes, what workers are demanding from their workplace. Like these are the kinds of stories that get covered on independent outlets like ours, right? But they don't get the kind of attention they deserve on mainstream media outlets. So most people don't really have the full story. They hear about injustices at work. They hear about people who get fired because they express themselves and express their freedom of, engage in their freedom of expression, but then they somehow vote against the politician who would stack the National Labor Relations Board with labor-friendly individuals who would potentially provide protections for the very worker they're concerned about. So I think the media has a lot to do with the failures in helping the electorate understand the differences between the two candidates when it comes to workers' rights and being able to organize. But we'll see how this all plays out. As long as Shawn Fain continues using this conflict with Trump to lay out the reality of what workers experienced under Trump's leadership, I think this is a smart strategy, and I think that it could maybe move the needle a little bit when it comes to some Trump supporters. We'll see.
If you enjoyed this video, that's because of our members. They make us independent, they make us strong, and they make us honest. Become a member today by hitting the join button below.